political effort has gained momentum in recent months. Backers recently got 3 more months to collect the roughly 1.5 million signatures needed to certify a recall. They've said they have about 800,000 signatures. LA City Councilman Joe Buscaino says he's introduced a motion that would change the city charter to allow park rangers in the city's 420 parks to carry guns.
We're simply updating internal policy and following a model already in place by the National Park Service, law enforcement rangers, and the California Park Peace Officers.
Buscaino says the park rangers go through the LAPD Academy and are certified peace officers. He says the only difference between an LAPD officer and a park ranger is the gun. Stats show from January to June, there were 38 homicides and 267 rapes in LA City parks. We got a crash on the 10 in Mid-City.
This one is along the eastbound side. It's coming right up on National. That's where the left lane is blocked. These guys will be here for at least 30 minutes. Delays are stacking up out of Santa Monica, getting away from 20th Street. Beyond the crash, the drive remains pretty heavy all the way to La Brea. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, Superwoman, superlawyer.com.
And Angel just trying to get to this big wreck being reported in Corona. This is the 91 eastbound approaching McKinley. It looks like multiple lanes blocked, at least 3 right lanes blocked, and they're also talking about possibly bringing a medevac helicopter, and that'll mean a closure of both sides of the freeway for a bit. Now, it looks like it is a jam up solid well into Corona. Pretty soon, it's going to be catching normal slowing all the way from Anaheim Hills, so plan accordingly there. Looks like the 57 southbound approaching Nutwood Chapman. They're just getting over to the right shoulder. That stretch is heavy from Brea starting at Imperial Highway. Injured in an accident? Visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
We always stress the importance of calling Sweet James, the accident attorneys, and not dealing with the insurance companies on your own after you've been injured in an accident.
Hey, here's a real-life example of why. In April 2020, one of Sweet James' clients got hurt in a crash. Her insurance company offered her $1,800, which she considered taking. Lucky for her, she didn't accept their offer, and she called Sweet James.
They helped her get the medical treatment she desperately needed, and this month, Sweet James helped her recover over $100,000.
How about that? That's 55 times the original insurance offer. Now she can have a better holiday. So you see, calling the right attorney matters.
That's why it's so important to call Sweet James after you've been hurt in an accident and not deal with it alone.
Call Sweet James Accident Attorneys right away. 800-500-5200. 800-500-5200.
You won't pay a dime until they win your case. Now, every case is different, and they can't guarantee the outcome, but it's important to get an experienced law firm on your side.
Call 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com.
Southland weather from KFI. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows in the 40s to around 50 with some light wind. Tomorrow, sunny in the morning, then partly cloudy. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Danny Max.
Well, it's the holiday season, and all kinds of people are trying to get into your gift-filled home. So let Winston Screen Doors keep your home safe. Did you know there's a burglary in California every 18 seconds? Keep them out with Winston security screens, like I do at my house. And Winston security door and screens qualify for home improvement tax deductions of $1,500. Have you claimed your refund this year? And finally, spend $2,000 and you're going to get a free LED TV during the month of November and December. WinstonUSA.com, and that's Winston with a Y.
Nothing means more to our Sit and Sleep family than earning the trust of your family. During our year-end clearance sale, trust Sit and Sleep to provide a safe, clean shopping environment so you can give yourself the gift of a great night's sleep during these stressful times. Save over 50% off the best brands. Pay 0% interest for 12 months. Plus get a queen adjustable set for just $5.98 during Sit and Sleep's year-end clearance sale. From all of us at Sit and Sleep, happy holidays.
Some say there are no seasons here in LA, but in Hollywood there's at least one. Award season. Listen to The Envelope, the podcast from LA Times every Wednesday, hosted by Yvonne Villarreal and Mark Olson. The Envelope, the podcast, available on the LA Times app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
Opioid or stimulant addiction is not a choice, but treatment is. Don't let COVID-19 stop you from choosing the right treatment. If you have a cell phone or computer, virtual care can help limit your exposure to COVID-19 and get you started on the path to recovery. Proven treatment for your opioid or stimulant addiction is available and affordable, or in some cases, even free. Choose treatment and choose Change California. Find the right treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
When it comes to keeping you and your business safe, Bay Alarm is committed to be the best with additional safety protocols like enhanced cleaning practices, protective equipment, and social distancing. Because nothing matters more than your safety. Now, more than ever, Bay Alarm. ACO 28CCL 880138.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
When you hit traffic, don't handle it yourself.
Hey, there's an accident over here.
What?
No, over there.
Where?
What?
Leave it to the pros. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword KFI traffic. KFI, AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Pimping isn't really a crime. Would you really call it a crime? Isn't that really just sort of a finder? Doesn't the pimp put somebody who needs something in connection with someone who has something? Really? Like a good car dealer. Well, good news for all you pimps and possessors of stuff. The California Supreme Court ruled yesterday that inmates who have been convicted of nonviolent sex crimes. Oh, by the way, it's the John and Ken Show. Brian Seeds filling in, KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Convicted of nonviolent sex crimes may be eligible for early parole consideration as part of a ballot measure that nearly 2/3 of voters stupidly approved of 4 years ago. You're welcome. Chief Justice Tani Cantil-Sequoia said, quote, the initiative's language provides no indication that the voters intended to allow the Corrections Department to create a wholesale exclusion from parole consideration based on an inmate's sex offense convictions when the inmate was convicted of a non-violent felony, close quote. This is, again, thank you, Jerry Brown. He championed the 2006 initiative as a way to reduce prison populations and costs by speeding up chances for parole. And so this is, I think they're talking about, this is 47 or 57. But for those of you on Twitter who responded to the AP and said every sex crime is a violent crime, I'll have you stand corrected, because
degrees in Orange, 51 in Tustin, 51 in Venice Beach, and you guessed it, 51 in Northridge. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Danny Max.
It's Timmy time.
That's your ass, Timmy. Timmy. He's a little lamb with a lot to learn. He's always having such a lot of fun, Timmy. Timmy. Little lamb with a lot to learn.
It is Timmy time. Good evening. On Tuesday, December 29th, that's COVID time. Mark Thompson here for Tim Conway Jr., and we're going to do a chunk of COVID right now. We'll get into the vaccine and the outbreak of the new, more transmissible COVID, the new and improved COVID that is more dangerous from the standpoint of transmissibility. It doesn't appear more dangerous from the standpoint of the damage it will do. It looks like to be the same flavor of the COVID that's around now. But I want to talk a little bit about the policies that have been instituted around dining. You know, it seems as though conventional wisdom is coming around to the fact that outdoor dining shouldn't be shut down. There just isn't data around it. And yet, it is shut down. We talked to a small restaurant owner last week, and now a guy who runs a fine dining establishment, arguably the hottest restaurant in L.A. County. And it's called Craig's. He is the Craig behind Craig's, Craig Susser. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Mark. I take exception to the fine dining part. I mean, if we let you eat there, how fine can it be?
Well, on that I can't argue. You're right. It is. It's an odd thing that that restaurants are such a big part of our lives. You know, like I consider your restaurant, and I know others do, and there are versions of what I'm going to describe in other communities, almost like a home. You know the staff, you're used to going there. It's something that you want to do. In a way, it's comforting to see everyone and to regularly visit, if I can use that word, with these people. And I think that that's true in communities across California and the country for that matter. So you've tried to continue this. I know you've kind of kept your staff on. You've tried to, minimally affect the mini economy that is your restaurant. What's the state of the state with that?
Well, first, thanks for having me on and allowing me to be a voice for a lot of the restaurants that don't have a voice and that don't have this platform, right? It's just not in LA. It's all across California, all across the country. We're all kind of struggling because the rules keep changing. And it seems like it just happens for our industry. It seems a little arbitrary. So in the beginning, we were all shut down. We were all doing food to go only. And our people, our kitchen staff and our servers were really fighting, the fear of what we didn't know. And they were coming in and they were cooking meals and we were delivering to go, and people were feeling it was the one thing in the world that was kind of normal. And so then we opened for a little while, for about 10 days in June. We put up glass partitions, we bought UV air conditioning systems, and we were told to build outdoor dining. And so we built some outdoor dining. The city of West Hollywood was, by the way, amazing in getting us our permits. So we did some outdoor dining, then indoor dining closed. We're still doing food to go. The kitchen, the Chef Kirsten's done an amazing job. Every chef across the country has been doing an amazing job. Just kind of like, just hitting a moving target, right? It's
right. You're rolling with punches that keep on coming, right?
No, it's a whole different rhythm. Food to go is a different rhythm.
I see.
Than in room dining or outdoor dining even. So, it's just a different thing. You're packing a bag that has your appetizer, your entree, your dessert, everything in a bag all at the same time. But when you're eating in a restaurant, that all happens over a 2-hour period.
Oh.
Right? So it's just a different rhythm. And everybody's doing everything they can to stay open, and we're fortunate. We were able to keep on most of our staff. We've let go of our bartenders temporarily because I just don't see the bar business coming back anytime soon, even if we do get outdoor dining back. And then it's just really hard to hit a moving target when we're not getting information. I mean, I can call city officials or I can call people, and they don't know. They're asking me what I've heard, which really kind of boggles my mind.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand, and what none of us in the restaurant business understand, and none of us in the gym business or the salon business or any of it is, I can get on an airplane from New York to LA. I can sit next to somebody. I can take my mask off to eat when I'm a foot away from somebody that I don't know. I get off the airplane. I can go into a mall and shop. I can get food there. I can sit out in the atrium and eat with my friends or family, but I can't eat outdoor in a restaurant that's providing all. And by the way, we're rule followers. Every one of us in the industry, right? We're used to dealing with the health department, and we have the utmost respect for what they do. And our job is to keep people safe. So we're the rule followers. So if you shut down the dining rooms, and you don't allow people to go out and get something to eat, they're going to do it in their own homes. And they're going to do it, I don't want to say unsafely, but they're certainly not going to be following the rules and regulations that we are forced to follow. So,
this is a great point. That, people are, and this is why we're getting the spike right now, people are going to get together over the holidays, and you're going to see the sort of spikes, I think, that followed from Thanksgiving, following now Christmas and then New Year. And if you've taken all of the normal outlets, and as you say, sort of with an institutional atmosphere towards safety, you've taken that all away. You're saying they're going to show up in these congregate settings, and now there's no a condition of safety, potentially anyway.
Right. So you come to us and you say to us, okay, we want the tables 6 feet apart. Okay, we want parties of 6 and no more. Okay, we want our waiters to be wearing shields and masks. Okay, we've never said no to anything, but people are not doing that in their homes, and there's no chance that they're limiting their party sizes to 6 and 4. And by the way, we're not advocating for that. We're just saying, if distribution centers are abnormally high for contagion rates, and construction is abnormally high, and all kinds of other businesses have either equal or same rates as the restaurant business, why was only the restaurant business shut down?
This is a critical point. I've got to take a break. But when we come back, I want to talk about just this. This is the crux of it. Like, where is the data on this shutdown when you look at some of the other things that Craig has mentioned? And I also want to ask, when we come back, the state of the legal challenge, because I think there's sort of some noteworthy things going on there. Not necessarily good, but maybe there's some hope in all of that. We're talking to Craig Susser from Craig's about the situation with restaurants in LA County and how it just runs contradictory to so many other pieces of data that you see coming in. As I say, we'll follow up on that after the break. It's the Conway Show. Thompson sitting in. KFI AM 640, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Danny.
$600 federal stimulus payments could be hitting Americans' bank accounts as early as tonight. Southern California's stay-at-home order has been extended indefinitely. ICU availability is at 0%, and a 4-week projection by the state shows no improvement. And a more contagious variant of COVID-19 has been confirmed in the U.S. for the first time. We got trouble on the 110 next.
Focusing on your health and your family's health has never been more important than right now. Hand sanitizer and wipes are flying off the shelf, but what about protecting the air you breathe from those airborne viruses? IQ Air has developed the affordable Autumn Series 5-in-1 personal air purifying system to do just that. The Autumn Series, winner of the Consumer Electronics Global Innovation Award, uses patented industry-leading hyper-HEPA filtration technology to remove 99% of airborne particulates down to the smallest that exist. The portable Autumn Series delivers clean, fresh air directly to your breathing zone, and it can be set up on any flat surface, coffee table, nightstand, desk, in your car, anywhere. IQ Air uses state-of-the-art Swiss engineering to create the highest quality products on the market to keep your family safe. Keep the air that your family breathes safe, and visit IQAir.com/US or 800-500, the number 4, AIR. 800-500-4247.
With Allstate, you can really save. New ways to save, more ways to save. Find out just how much you can save today. Allstate, you've never been in better hands. Visit allstate.com or call an agent to get a quote.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center, tomorrow, sunny in the morning, then partly cloudy, highs in the mid to upper 60s. This report is brought to you by Allstate. We have a crash in South LA on the 110.
Watch out here on the northbound side coming up on Gage. They're clearing this wreck out of the right lane. Delays backing up away from Century Boulevard. Also in South LA on the northbound side, coming up on Manchester. Another crash landed in the left lane. Now out to West Covina for a stall. 10 eastbound before Villa Verde. They've moved this stalled car out of lanes. Off to the shoulder. Traffic's picking up quickly away from Holt. And check out that Cajon Pass on the 15, making your way northbound. It's still a little crowded, getting away from Kenwood, traveling towards the 138. This update is sponsored by Stater Brothers. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
The Stater Brothers Markets family sends warm wishes your way this holiday season. And as we move forward into the new year, may you and your family have peace, good health, and happiness.
It's Ford's year-end sell-a-thon. Don't miss 0% for 72 months plus up to $6,000 factory cash on the 2020 Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And last call for the Escape Gas and Edge with 0% for 72 plus $3,500 trade assist cash. Hurry, the Ford year-end sell-a-thon ends soon.
Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit 0% APR financing for 72 months at $1,389 per month per $1,000 financed. Example 0% down. For trade assist cash, must trade in 1995 or newer vehicle to qualify. Explorer total factory cash includes $2,000 trade assist cash. Offer expires 1/4/21.
People with chronic pain will tell you, the hardest part isn't the pain itself. It's the way the pain steals your joy. For years, my husband lived with pain because we couldn't afford health insurance. Now, not only do we have insurance, I have him back too. Covered California is the only place to get financial help, and no one is turned away for a pre-existing condition. Enroll now at coveredca.com. Covered California. This way to health insurance.
Contractor license 1047-781.
2020 is about to be over, and I want you to walk proudly into a brand new year with a brand new Gettle air conditioner. You know me, I'm Ken Goodrich. R22 Freon was that evil, old-style Freon that's now illegal to manufacture or import into the United States. R22 and 2020 are both about to be in our rearview mirrors, so I'm ready to celebrate, aren't you? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you $220 for your old air conditioner when you trade it in on a new state-of-the-art Gettle 5-star system. $220. 2020. Say goodbye to 2020 with a brand new 5-star Gettle air conditioner and $220 in your pocket. Am I happy that 2020 is over? You bet I am. And I want you to be happy too. So let's get rid of that old unit and put something fresh and new in its place. Gettle. GOETTL. $220 is not hard to spell.
Don't let COVID-19 stop you from choosing a proven treatment for your opioid or stimulant addiction. Virtual care options are now available. Choose treatment and choose change, California. Find the right treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
I never chose to become a gambling addict, but what I did choose was to get help from a professional counselor. Admitting I was powerless to solve my problem, that opened the doors. I thought I was beyond repair until I called 1-800-GAMBLER and was provided life-changing resources and referrals at zero cost to me.
For no-cost gambling addiction counseling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text SUPPORT to 53342. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Don't let COVID-19 stop you from choosing a proven treatment for opioid or stimulant addiction. Virtual care options are now available. Choose treatment and choose change, California. Find the right treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
It's Riverside and Huntington Beach Harley's 000 event. Zero cash down, zero interest, and zero payments until May 2021 on any new Harley this week. APR such as 1.99% and no payments until May 2021 on any new Harley at Riverside and Huntington Beach Harley's 000 event now through Sunday.
You know, I'm kind of glad we're going to be home for New Year's.
Yeah, me too. Better make a trip to Stater Brothers.
Okay, let's get some 6-layer dip and tortilla chips.
Yeah, and how about I make carne asada? Did you see the flat meat's only $4.99 a pound?
Ooh, sounds good. And fresh guac. Or am I being too extra?
Not when you can get 2 avocados for $1, you aren't.
Oh, and let's grab a 24-pack of Bud Light seltzers. They're only $19.99.
Oh, sweet. Here's to a happier new year from the Stater Brothers Markets family to yours.
Sometimes it's hard to say goodbye, but 2020 is not one of those times.
Goodbye.
The year we all want to forget still had some bright spots, like some of the best podcasts ever created. We've pulled together the best of 2020, those must-listen-to podcasts from the past year. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and tap podcasts, and listen to our collection of the best of 2020 podcasts, like Winds of Change, The Happiness Lab, Stuff You Should Know, Bunga Bunga, and more. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
iHeartRadio.
For those people that say, we don't know what the long-term side effects are, well, we don't know about the long-term side effects of asbestos for 30 years. So why don't you wait 30 years to get the vaccine?
Bill Handel, mornings from 6 to 10.
Then we'll know about the long-term side effects.
On KFI.
KFI AM 640, Mark Thompson here for Tim Conway Jr. We're talking about the bans associated with dining, outdoor dining, that outdoor dining ban that's been in place. And we're talking about it with Craig Susser. He's the Craig behind Craig's, the high-profile LA restaurant that has, in a way, you guys have kind of reconstituted yourselves with this huge outdoor dining experience, and now you've seen that go away. What's the state of the legal challenge?
Well, as far as I know that they went to court and asked the judge, they thought it was a rather arbitrary decision by the city or the county health department, and the judge said he wanted to see the evidence that they ruled by, and they came back to court and there wasn't any. And now the city the county is appealing the decision, which just goes to show you it doesn't make any sense. And look, none of us in the business are deniers. We're obviously all very concerned about people. And I lost somebody really close to me, Mike, the bartender from Dantana's, who was a mentor. Yeah. I mean, this tragedy has hit everybody, and none of us in the business are saying that there isn't something serious going on, and we want to collectively be part of helping. But you got to understand, there's 1 in 5 people in this country work in the food industry in some form, and there's this trickle-down effect. So by closing down like an entire industry, it just doesn't make any sense, especially one that can typically do it safely, that likes to abide by the rules. And if there's one thing in the world that makes us feel normal, in a world that really isn't normal, is to go out and kind of have a bite, or just to go to a place that makes you feel comfortable and have a couple of laughs and forget about it for just a minute. Yeah,
I guess that's what I was saying when I was talking about your place. I mean, I think that's exactly right. And there's a place like Craig's in communities across the country, and when you talk about the arbitrary nature of it, I mean, given the fact that, as you suggested, there's so many other activities that are permitted that are clearly more dangerous. I mean, you mentioned the shopping in a mall and the traveling and taking your mask off on a plane when you're, eating or whatever it might be. It does appear that there's an arbitrariness to this. And lastly, I'll just say the data isn't there on outdoor dining. Early on in this, Craig, it was suggested that the data was there for indoor dining. Am I right?
Right, and so that's what they kind of conflated. That's the one piece of evidence that they brought in the court, apparently, is that there was some correlation between indoor dining. And okay, look, we're all rational people. We can understand that. The people that own bars or have bars in their restaurants, we've all said, okay, that we can give that up, and we understand that. That makes total sense. But eating outdoors in a safe, reliable place that's used to following health department guidelines seems a little overkill. And believe me, we're watching the health counts, and we're doing all that we can to help our local hospital, Cedars-Sinai, and donate meals, and Children's Hospital. And, we're part of the solution. And the thing that breaks my heart, and I know it breaks a lot of other people's hearts in the area, Chiconi's, Catch, like all of Olivetta, all of the people that we do business with in the surrounding area, is looking in, the employees' eyes, and they're not sure when their jobs are coming back, and they're some are on the unemployment, and you just don't have an answer for them, and that's what's so heartbreaking. And the fact that I found out today, just via the news, that the order had been extended for 3 more weeks. We were given no heads up, so we've got an order, we've got a schedule, we've got there's no internal dialogue, and there's no heads up, and that's kind of part of what we're saying. And I don't know what the answer is. We don't have a big lobbying arm. Is that it? I don't know what the answer is. We're small, independent restaurants, and so I don't know if we really have a voice. That's somebody that's advocating for us. But 8 million people flew over Christmas. Now, I'm not advocating flying. I'm just saying people had a choice to do it if they wanted to do it. So why not open outdoor dining safely, put in guidelines, and then let people make their own mind up? That's what seems to make sense to me.
It seems so sensible. I agree. And, in the early stages, when this first thing hit, I was hiding under the bed and, unclear as to where the danger was. But now that we've been in this for a while still very dangerous, there's some clarity about those activities that are more dangerous than others. And I think,
But that's my point, Mark. So back in March and April, when we were all scared, all of our people, all of our kitchen staff, all of our front of the house staff were coming to work no matter what to make food to go so that people could cook. There are some people, they can go to the grocery store all you want, but they can't boil water. So they can't cook a meal safely. So, we do provide a service. And while people were really scared, our people stood up. And now they're kind of being, I don't want to say penalized, but we're kind of taking the brunt of the hit in the industry. I'm not talking about Craig's. I'm talking about everybody in the restaurant business, across the country where places are closed, especially in New York and LA. And then, we see the pictures online of people in Texas and Florida and Arizona where it's, open. I'm not advocating that that's exactly safe either, but people have a choice, and they're allowed to do certain things.
But Craig's Austin is looking better to you, is what you're telling me.
Let's just say options are out there. But I love L.A., and that's the problem. Like, I love L.A., I love our community, I love everything about it, and I want to be able to operate and do what we do. You've seen the restaurant on fire. I mean, everybody makes a big deal about certain aspects of our business, but when the room is together and people are having a good time and there's that energy in the room, there's nothing quite like it, and that's what we all miss. And
look, I
miss making people happy.
It's a magical place, of course, and you really feed that. And I should mention that, and I know we got a break, so I see it, but I just finish up with Craig. You have an ice cream line, a vegan ice cream line, and I always like to get a shot in for vegans. You've got vegan options on your menu, and it's doing well, I think. Yeah, it's doing really well. You can go to craigsvegan.com and order it. We're at Bristol, Air One, Gelson's. We're the base of the vegan shake at Fatburger and soon Johnny Rockets. So that's great,
it is growing. And
congratulations,
thank you, Mark.
man.
You've always been a real big advocate for it.
I'm excited for that, but I would be more excited if we could get out of this, what I think are sort of arbitrary decisions that are made regarding outdoor.
The other real quick thing is that we would love to be a part of the decision-making. We'd love the county to come to us and say, let's grab a couple of restaurateurs, a couple of doctors, and let's figure out a way to do it together instead of just being isolated from the decision-making.
That has to happen in the new year. Craig Susser, thank you, Craig. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Mark. Happy New Year.
Yeah, that seems at minimum something that could happen, right? You could sit down with restaurateurs, health professionals, and figure this thing out. When we come back, the newest strain of COVID-19 spotted in this country now. Mark Thompson for Tim Conway Jr. on KFI AM 640, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Danny.
Happening right now, Mark. The CHP is looking for a man who is hidden in a riverbed tunnel after leading officers on a chase in the San Fernando Valley. This is around Canoga Park. The man was recklessly driving an SUV on surface streets around 7 o'clock tonight when he jumped out of the car and scaled the walls of the riverbed before hiding in the drainage tunnel. This report is brought to you by Cunning Dental Group. Some doctors in Orange County say the increase in COVID-19 patients could put them in a position to decide who lives and who dies. KFI's Dr. Jim Keeney told the Handle Show as more people pack the ERs and ICU beds, the tougher the decisions will be.
If you spend, 20 minutes with 10 people jumping on this one person to try and save their life, you may lose many other ones.
Keeney says it's time for people to have real hard discussions with their family about the reality of priority health care, especially for those who may be in nursing homes or have a terminal illness. He says he can't remember a time when doctors were facing such ethical challenges. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has blocked a vote on a bill to increase COVID-19 direct stimulus payments to $2,000.
Is there objection to the modification?
Object.
Objection is heard.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has asked for a straight up or down vote on the bill.
Throughout this pandemic, working Americans have taken it on the chin. Right now, they're facing their hardest and their darkest days.
Leader McConnell noted President Trump called for larger checks, but also new curbs on large tech companies and an investigation into election fraud. The Senate meets again tomorrow. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says the $600 stimulus payments could begin to arrive in some accounts by direct deposit as early as tonight. He posted on Twitter that paper checks will start going out in the mail tomorrow. He says people can go online later this week to check the status of their payment. President Trump has tweeted that Republicans must approve the $2,000 payment ASAP unless they have a death wish. And that was his tweet. The post says in all caps, $600 is not enough. And we are keeping an eye on that chase in the San Fernando Valley. Let's go to Angel Martinez with the latest.
Well, it looks like they've got the passenger in custody, but they're still looking for the guy that was driving. He bailed off into the drainage area, as Danny was mentioning at the top of the news here. Hey, they're bringing in the K9, so they'll find him pretty soon. Now, if you see any problems, you can always give us an update. Pound 250 on your cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. Let's also take a look at the drive as you make your way into Corona. 91 eastbound looking a lot better, but on the westbound side, I'm starting to see a backup away from Lakeview as you approach the 55 freeway. Watch out here. We'll get some more details for you coming up. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
Hey, it's Conway here to talk to you about Winston security doors. Yes, I have them on our house, and I love them. Did you know that there's a burglary every 18 seconds in California? You're going to get real home protection with Winston security doors and window screens that discreetly secure your home over the holidays and beyond without ruining the curb appeal of your home. And these window and door screens are virtually indestructible. We have a dog named Ernie who's already blown through 3 regular screens. Now he's given up. Winston USA has 4 different showrooms. The new Anaheim showroom is now open. Video consultations are available as well. So Winston USA has beautiful blinds, shutters, and awnings to make your home look beautiful. So let Winston security screens keep your home safe like I do. In December, Winston is offering buy one product and get the second at 50% off. That's WYNSTAN USA.com. Winston Security Screens. Keep the treasures in and the lunatics out.
Southland weather from KFI. It's going to be sunny tomorrow, then partly cloudy, highs in the mid to upper 60s. We're going to have similar weather throughout the week and warming up a few degrees on the weekend. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Danny Max.
Investors like appreciation with high cash flow? The Federal Reserve is boosting real estate markets now with super low long-term interest rates. And where we build, it's booming. Founded in 2006 with a 15-year track record, NRIA gives you steady cash flow backed by $1.2 billion of new construction development. NRIA is accepting investors for our Class A real estate fund. You'll receive reliable 10% return electronic payments, passive tax-deferred income with bonuses to 21% on prime residential buildings. You're inflation protected with large rental buildings and diversified in 18 prime real estate developments, avoiding stock market risk. Call us now and do the math on our prime developments. See for yourself. NRIA. Come do the math. It works. Just call 201-210-2727. That's 201-210-2727. An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by our private placement memorandum. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Returns are annualized. National is a real estate development firm. See us at NRIA.net.
COVID-19 cases are increasing at an alarming rate in California, threatening our families, communities, hospitals, and our economy. We must take action now to stop the surge, to wear a mask, to stay 6 feet apart, to wash your hands, and stay home. These sacrifices can help stop the surge if we all do our part. To learn more, visit covid19.ca.gov. This message is brought to you by the Center at Sierra Health Foundation.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation. So it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA-MCO.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Phones, smart speakers, desktops, laptops, TVs, gaming systems, radios. Find us anywhere you find iHeartRadio. There's a million ways to listen, but only one KFI.
It's the Conway Show on a Tuesday night in Southern California. We're watching all kinds of things going on. Among them, this bizarre chase and then foot chase in the valley. Let's go to Angel Martinez, who dons the hard news hat to give us an update.
Yeah, well, this guy picked the wrong place to select foot bail because won't they be arming their rangers now in the parks?
Oh, that's right. I don't think it happened that quickly, but you're right. I mean, in the future, this would be the wrong place, right?
Yeah, this is in the San Fernando Valley, right over by Reseda Park, near Victory Boulevard and Canby Avenue. And there's a lake there in the park. There's a channel that runs parallel the LA River. And looks like that's where the guy is kind of running around. But at last check, the CHP said that they were bringing in the canine to find this guy.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
he's trolling
trouble,
him.
right?
Totally, absolutely. Trouble for him because the canine's going to find him and bring him out.
That's what I mean. Trouble for him. Yeah. I don't see good things happening as a result of the canine getting involved.
It's kind of a creepy place to be running around. He's in a drainage ditch. Isn't that where clowns hide?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a favorite hiding place for clowns. I appreciate, the fact that, it may be. There are very few places to hide from Johnny Law anymore.
Well, we just had all that rain yesterday, so that drainage pipe is probably extra gruesome.
Right, even a worse idea then under those circumstances. You're right. Well, will you keep us posted on this?
Absolutely.
Feel free to break in.
Okay.
From this point forward, there is nothing that you shouldn't feel perfectly comfortable interrupting. Okay?
Okay.
I mean, before this, I was kind of talking about things, trying to get, some information. But now, interruption, fully acceptable.
Thank you. I will take you up on that.
You were deputized to interrupt. I wanted to, thank you, Angel. The first case of this newest form of COVID, the one that was identified first in the UK, it's been identified now in this country, in Colorado.
And as we confirm that, we also have new information on that new and more contagious variant of COVID-19 in the U.S. The first case was discovered in Colorado. The state says a man in his 20s with no travel history tested positive for the coronavirus variant and is currently in isolation.
Now, that's the weird part, that he has no travel history, right? I mean, wouldn't it seem as though he contracted this in some other place and brought it to the U.S.? So that makes you think that it must be in the U.S. already. That is to say, and you've seen reports along these lines, perhaps in conjunction with this story, that it's been actually in this environment of the U.S. for quite some time now. We're only just now noticing
Tested
it.
positive for the coronavirus variant and is currently in isolation. It was first detected in the UK. It has also now been found in Canada, Italy, India, and the United Arab Emirates. Doctors say it's not more deadly, but it is more contagious. LA County health officials say there are no confirmed cases, but there's a good chance it's already here.
Well, here's the point. They were looking at this huge spike, right? And because of the spike, I think the spike is pretty clearly connected to those, shall we say, they're not even so underground. I mean, just gatherings of one sort or another around the Thanksgiving holiday. And now you get this spike that follows almost textbook. And so it was suggested, though, because it was such an immense spike, that we're talking about, the new confirmed cases, hitting, 50,000 in California and all these numbers that were just multiples of the old caseload. That maybe it was because this highly transmissible version of COVID-19, this transmissibility being so high, that's what was driving it. But as we mentioned last night, I think they did 1,600 tests, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I guess they're doing a lot more. They could find no evidence of the new strain out there, and that was just mentioned in that report as well. So apparently it's a spike that's driven by the regular COVID-19 virus and these congregate settings just becoming infested with people. I also talked about last night why LA was really set up to have the worst experience in the country. We have some of the densest living situations, populations living in very close quarters in